Alright, now we are going to make a tier list in this Reasons and Tears channel. Now, since I begin this channel with Harry Potter, my tier list videos will begin with Harry Potter as well. Because I like to shit on things that I don't appreciate a lot, and Harry Potter is my first victim basically. So we have tiers. Now I have to explain them first. First of all, I have a fuck off tier. Now I have a tier maker account and I always have a fuck off tier. These characters are getting under my skin. If they were real and if the god descend and tell me that burning these characters alive wouldn't be a bad thing, then I would burn them alive. And on top I usually have a Goofy pick, and here in this franchise I picked the God Among Men, Gilderoy Lockhart. He is a badass. Now where is this guy? Let's begin with this godly man. Here. Now now of course it is a Goofy, but I think the character is also fine. First of all, this character basically do what it's supposed to do. He's supposed to be annoying, he's supposed to embarrass himself, he's supposed to be a liar and deceiver. So the character serves his purpose, and he always makes me laugh when he basically embarrasses himself. I always laugh at him. He has that weird laugh, you know. And the character is well written, and let me tell you why. So this character basically journeys around with other wizards. They find something, they achieve a success, but just as they are about to announce it to the rest of the wizarding world, Lockhart casts a memory spell to his partner, and then he owns all the success. He basically jumps onto other people's successes, and this way he made a name to himself. Now, if they just told us this as a backstory, then it wouldn't be believable. But in second movie, we actually saw it happening almost. I'm talking about finding Chamber of Secrets. If Ron's wand wasn't broken in half, Lockhart would basically cast the same spell on Harry and Ron. Then he will go up and tell everyone that he found Chamber of Secrets, and the kids just lost their memories. He almost succeeded. Now let's close this commercial and keep going. So this is actually well written character. I like him. He almost succeeded in second movie as well, despite being a failure at everything. Moving on, Moaning Myrtle is like E tier. I mean, it's annoying, but in the end it is such a minor character that I don't care. It is like a fly, you know, making noises. Like, it doesn't affect me much. She's just there doing nothing. How much screen time this bitch had? Like 1 minute at top, like 2 minutes maybe. So characters I like that are not fuck off tier. E tier is just enough. This pointless bitch goes to E tier as well. She's just there to fill some time. A love interest for Hagrid, but she rejected Hagrid in the most stupid way possible. Like, I'm not a dwarf, I'm just a big blonde girl, whatever, fuck you. McGonagall is S tier easily because, I mean, look at her outfit and look at the way actors plays the role. She's the witch in this series. I mean, all of the other ones, like, we call them witches, like Hermione here. Does this look like a witch? She's just a high school student. You know? None of them have witch vibes, but McGonagall has. Her duel with Snape was amazing. In the last movie, he defended Hogwarts. She was the headmaster. She deserves it. She is basically female Dumbledore. An easy S tier for me. What else? Now, I'm not doing that gay shit about, when people do this tier list, but they rank the same characters different periods differently. There is no difference between Tom Riddle and Voldemort. It is the same shit. I'm not ranking this. And fuck you if you do that shit while you are making a tier list. Let's say you are rating Goku, for example, from Dragon Ball. He has tons of formations. Unless it is a power ranking list, there's no reason in rating different versions of Goku in different tiers. Like, there's no difference between Super Saiyan and a Super Saiyan Blue. It is the same character. Of course, I'm talking about if you are making a tier list based on how much you like character, or based on their personalities, like I'm doing right now. I evaluate characters depending on their importance, depending on how much I like them, and depending on how well written how well written they are, whatever. So there's no difference between this guy and that white-faced, pale-skinned guy. It is the same person. Now, this is again a minor character, a very minor character, but at least it's funny, He's that fat bully kid, and their names are stupid as well, like Crab and Goyle. The most generic fat bully kid names. They are hilarious. So at least this guy has some very very minor qualities compared to the E tier characters. E tier characters are just garbage, pointless. These are at least have some positives with them. What else? Hermione's an easy S+. I wish she was the main character. Harry is so bland, and Ron is a goofball, so goofballs doesn't cut to be the main characters most of the time. I hate goofy main characters, and I can't get behind them. Between the three, she was the only good one, in my opinion. She was clever, she was studying a lot, and since this is a witch, they do spells, they should be knowledgeable. In this franchise, there is this stupid shit going on. Like, in Snape's worst memories section, James Potter wants to improve his dueling skills, and so he practices swinging his wand. It is the dumbest shit ever, and he tries to say stupefy as fast as possible. Fuck that shit. This is not what magic is all about. If this is how you're going to duel, then turn a stone into a gun and shoot it. Fuck. This is a good character. This is a good witch. And she doesn't look like one, as I criticized earlier, but still. And Emma Watson was so good in his role, good in her role. She's hot. What can I say? I don't know who these are. Probably way less important than these E tier characters. I'm not going to rate them. Now Trelawney, at least B tier. Now some people doesn't like this character, and author has a bias towards this character. But this character gave 2 prophecy lessons. He's a prophecy professor, and she gave 2 real prophecies, and it is something very rare. So why people hate this character, I don't see any reason. And Hermione finds her lessons boring. Fine. Not everyone has to like same lesson that the author Rowling likes, I like, deep lessons like that. And I felt so sad when Umbridge tried to fire her. She was all crying. She didn't deserve this. I think she was fine. Now I assume that this guy is one of Ron's brothers. There are two of Ron's brothers that wasn't in the movies, or they had such a low screen time. One of them is a piece of shit who sucks Barty Crouch Jr.'s dick. And I assume this is that guy because the other one is here. And this guy looks much more tougher. He looks like that archaeologist Weasley who is far away from home all the time. He investigates magical creatures. This guy is cool. This guy is like a B tier as well. This cocksucker goes to fuck off tier. In the books, he was so annoying. He was always like, Barty Crouch is that, Barty Crouch is this, Barty Crouch is that, his dick is huge, I want to suck it, I hope he comes on my mouth one day, like, fuck you. Ron's hot girlfriend at this C tier. People don't know the value of a female like that. First of all, the woman is, beautiful enough, I mean, gorgeous, but she's thirsty. She cares about her partner. She's a little bit obsessed. Yeah, I understand that, but Ron actually enjoyed that at that movie. He was enjoying his relationship. While sleeping, he just mentioned Hermione's name, and that was the end of the relationship. I mean, I wouldn't prefer her over Hermione. I mean, at least as far as the movie versions go, but because in the books, Hermione is not as beautiful as Emma Watson is. So, I like this character. I mean, some people may not like this character. I disagree. I like this type of character. I don't know who these characters are. Dumbledore's brother goes to D tier because he actually served a purpose. I couldn't remember what it was, but I remember that this guy wasn't such a useless garbage piece of shit. So at least D tier. Barty Crouch Jr. Now this is such a generic character. I mean, the actor's face I'm talking about. But this is one of the more successful villains. So B tier at least, maybe A. Because this character gets some shit done. And some of the bad guys in this franchise are sore losers, not this guy. This guy played a huge part in Revival of Voldemort. He took the shape of Alastor Moody and he directed Harry to that cemetery by adding his name to the Goblet of Fire, etc. So he must be very powerful, and he had a nice story with his father. So it's a nice touch. This character is B tier at least easily. This French girl A tier. This character is there so that 14-year-old males can masturbate. Basically, there's no other reason and purpose. Same for Luna as well, but Luna is at least sympathetic, and she has to be one tier above this girl. So I mean, I don't even know what was this girl's name. I remember Luna. The actress is also hot. I mean, here she is a kid, of course. I'm talking about in the later movies when she grown up. She was so sexy. Moving on. Umbridge is here. Maybe S, I'm not sure. And let me tell you why. Just like Lockhart, this character had a purpose and she served that purpose. I mean, an actress choice is amazing. Look at the creepy look, look at the outfit and hairstyle. This character is a strict person who works in ministry. So she represents ministry very well. She was such a bitch and she got a horrible death. It was satisfying. Those centaurs probably fucked her hard until she died. I mean, otherwise why would we not see an on-screen death? You know, Rowling knows what she was doing there. She just implied that. And she carried entire Order of the Phoenix movie on her shoulders. just exclude her from the movie, what's there to watch? Again, this franchise doesn't move vertically. You had to spend some time horizontally, and this character did that in Order of the Phoenix. While I think it was probably the worst movie in the series, at least it was alright because of Umbridge. I mean, if Umbridge wasn't there, it would be the worst movie easily. In this franchise, of course. Umbridge is there, she's alright. Filch, another E tier character, again annoying, but whatever. Coral actually Coral was a piece in a good plot twist. C's alright, right? But you know what? He's more important than many of these characters. Yeah, he is like Barty Crouch Jr. level. This guy is A tier easily. The design of the character is what I like. This guy is a war veteran. He filled Azkaban with lots of Death Eaters, and when you look at the face, you see the scars. You see that this guy gone through something, you know. He's a strong wizard. I respect that a lot. This guy is A tier easily. Dumbledore is here as well. He's a discount Gandalf, but Gandalf is such an iconic character that even his discount versions are good enough to be put in S tier. And he's linked to Phoenix for me. He's a powerhouse in the good guy's side, an old knowledgeable wizard. You know, he's not an asshole who swings his wand fast. He knows shit, he knows spells. This is what I like. In the Order of the Phoenix book, this guy enters the battlefield in that prophecy room or prophecy building or whatever, and he casts a shield spell on himself, and he kicks the shit out of everyone in that battlefield. Bellatrix just runaways, and he warns Voldemort about how he's there. This guy is a badass, and the whole Harry Potter franchise is a chess game between him and Voldemort, basically. It was his master plan. Moving on. Lupin is a good character, I like him, but also he's very forgettable. But at least he teach Harry that Patronus spell. He was very sportive. He wasn't an asshole like James Potter and Sirius Black, so he's good in A tier. He was knowledgeable. The whole werewolf plot was nice. It brings some colors to the character. Easy A tier. That photographer kid, who cares? Now, I only put this character to D tier because of her haircut, which I liked even during my childhood years. Bellatrix is so sexy, S tier. She's ruthless, she's so strong. She's a loyal follower, and you see that every time she acts. I mean, I want to tame this bitch in the bed. Seriously, just look at her. The hottest Death Eater by far. And she was a powerhouse also. I just remember when she learned that Horcrux was stolen from her vault. She gone crazy. She attacks everyone around her. And one time she created a snake around one of the guy's neck, and snake just choked the guy. That was so creative. That's how magic should be. Easy S tier. What else? Oh, it's Cho Chang. Isn't she so hot? Fuck you. Cho Chang? Harry, I don't know about my feelings. I'm going to cry. Fuck you. I hate bitches like that. Her boyfriend died. He immediately kissed Harry. Then she just run away like I don't know about my feelings. Fuck you. I hate women like that. If you love someone or if you are attracted to someone, just express your feelings. Don't do the shit that this bitch doing. Fuck you. Fuck every girl who does that. Seriously. She's just there to create some unnecessary drama, nothing more. And her name annoys the fuck out of me, like Cho Chang. What a great Asian name. Cho Chang Cho Chan for Cho Chan. Nakohosho Choro Sho Chan. Fuck you. Did I even say anything? I don't know. Probably I said something meaningful. Let's put her next to her sister. This guy is such a wasted potential, but yeah, A tier. He deserves A tier. He could have been, if he was a good rival character for Harry, then an easy S tier. Rowling dropped the ball with this guy because of a piece of shit called Neville. I will rant about him when the time comes. I explained in my previous video about Harry Potter. This character had a brilliant character arc going on. He was as arrogant as possible when he was a little kid in the first movies, because he is raised up with his parents' ideals. But as he grows up, he realized that this is not a child's game. People seriously die. Their leader is an tyrannical asshole. He punishes his father because of failures. Voldemort basically gave the task of killing Dumbledore so that Dumbledore would kill him. How vicious is this? He was crying in the latest movies. I was like, alright, in the last movie, Voldemort show everyone Harry's dead body. Someone had to stand up and make a speech. And it should be him, but instead he cried like a bitch. He switched sides to the Death Eater side while crying. Why did you do that? He should be the one who stand up to Voldemort, because he finally realized that he's an asshole. You know. No, he just cried like a piece of shit. So, still, due to him being iconic and memorable, I put him to A tier. Ginny, she's hot just because of that B tier. If you are hot enough, you are B tier at least. Now, this girl is not that hot. She was just thirsty. I just like that about her. Also, she was a fine match for Harry, although it should have been Hermione all the time. Everyone knows that Rowling just didn't wanted to find new love interests for Ron and Ginny, because she had to create new characters and she didn't want to do that. That's why Harry and Hermione didn't happen. And nothing in this world could convince me otherwise. That music teacher again had an iconic design. What else? Dobby. Dobby is a free elf. Now it is free will. He wants to suck Harry Potter's dick. Fuck you. I hate cocksucking side characters like Dobby. All they do is sucking main characters' dick, or praising them, or dying for them, because their own life is meaningless. So they are just there to die for main characters. And this is exactly what this piece of shit did. Dobby is a free elf. He wants to suck Harry Potter dick. Come in my face, Harry. I'm sorry, I'm terrible at impressions, because my English is still improving. So I can't do an impression and also mock a character's voice, especially a character with distinct voice like Dobby. He's basically a cocksucking Deus Ex Machina character. A tier, like top A tier, bottom S tier. He is the gatekeeper in A tier. Now, he was fine. He helped the main story progress from time to time. He is the one introduced people to wizarding world. I mean, he is there, he is protective, he has an interest in animals. In second movie there was a plot twist in which he blamed for basilisk attacks to people because of his spider. So there were some good stuff with him. In easy A tier. Fudge C tier. I mean, Umbridge represents Ministry more than him. He's a butthurt asshole who is jealous of Dumbledore, basically, nothing else. He is not even a powerful wizard or anything, so fuck him. And he made things harder in Order of the Phoenix movie. He refused Voldemort's return. So what can I say? Now this guy is like Fudge, but he has some qualities for B tier. Now first of all, this guy is a powerhouse. When he makes a spell, it's extra effective. Like if this guy casts a stupefy spell on you, you will have a stroke, basically. Some of your limbs will be paralyzed. I mean, this is not explained in the book that way. I mean, there were another examples, I don't remember what they were, but it was something like something like my example, basically. Also, when he found out that his child is a traitor, he didn't help him, in the movies at least. Even in the books, he just kept him under his wings, basically. In the movies it was cooler. He basically said, "You are no son of mine," and he allowed his son to be sent to Azkaban, which is very nice of him. And this guy looks like a minister more than Fudge. He would fit that role way more. I don't know who this is. I'm just going to put her to B because she's hot. Moving on, Sirius is an easy S tier. Now, he's kind of an asshole from time to time, but still a father figure, and his death was sad. You can understand why his death was sad for Harry. I mean, he didn't accomplish anything in the end, but at least he removed the cover of Peter Pettigrew, who could be dangerous in the future. That's there, at least. A powerful wizard in the end. Actor choice is amazing. If actor choice wasn't this good, this guy would be like a B tier, below Lupin. Lupin accomplished more than him, and Lupin is more likable, but the actor is the deal breaker here. S tier easy. He's like Aragorn of this franchise, easily. Slughorn. I mean, the guy is such an expert. He fools Death Eaters all the time. He has a good cover in the beginning of what was that movie? Half-Blood Prince. Even Voldemort asks him questions, like he's the one who gave the Horcrux idea, which prolongs the fucking series. So yes, C tier. Fuck you and fuck Horcruxes. It's just a reason to make more movies and prolong the story. What else? I fucking hate this haircut, so fuck this guy. E tier. Narcissa is... let's put her next to her son. Now, this character had such a low screen time, but she was so good. She's a protective mother figure. First of all, she's so classy. Look at that haircut. Look at the actress choice. She's so hot, first of all. A dream MILF for me. I don't ashamed to admit it. And she was so amazing. First of all, she always acts classy. That vowing scene with Snape was amazing. At certain points, Bellatrix was like trying to order her around, but she ain't buying her. they were basically like equals when it comes to power. I mean magical power. Bellatrix can't scare him or can't order her. I said him, sorry. And in the end, when Voldemort thought that he killed Harry, she basically checked Harry. She knew he was alive, but she lied. So, what an amazing character. What can I say? Easy A tier. Maybe S even. Yeah, she's so sexy. Let's put her to S tier. She's a better character than... Yeah, she's a better character than all of these guys. In such a low screen time, by the way. Who else? Creature, annoying but minor character again. Oh, I have to rant about this piece of shit. Fuck you both. Where's the other one? Where's the other one? Fuck you. Look at even their faces in this picture is so annoying. Hey girls, you should date with us. We are so funny. We break Umbridge's rule doors. Aren't us so cool? You know, all girls should line up and suck our dicks. There was that one scene in which one of them asks for a girl for a date, and that guy it wasn't a date. There was a dancing party was preparing, and they one of them proposed another girl for basically dancing, to be a dancing partner, and he was asking that in the most asshole way possible. Like he was like, hey, what was that girl's name? I mean, I don't know, I don't remember, so I just make this shit up. Hey, Alicent, you, me, at the dancing party? Fuck you, asshole. 13 or 14-year-old girls who watch Nick Jr. and Disney Channel like these characters. Fuck them both. And I hate this prankster character. You know, and for some reason in J.K. Rowling's imaginary world, pranking asshole like these are like tough guys who beat the bat slithering guys. In real life, people with these two guys' personality are piece of shits who would leave any fight they are involved with a stretcher. Okay? Fuck these guys. Seriously. These two and one other asshole that I will talk about are like some of the worst characters in cinema history. Seriously. There is a huge difference between these two and these other three characters here. Fuck you both. Seriously, fuck you both. And 13 or, you know, girls in their puberty probably think that they are so cute and lovable. Fuck. Moving on, Cedric. C or B? Yeah, B is fine. He represents one of the other houses, thank God for that. And actor played his role fine. He and Harry helped each other in order to moving on. And think about it, Triwizard Tournament is for students in their last years. I mean, because they know lots of other spells that newbies don't know. So when Harry somehow joined this tournament, he should progress somehow, and it should have been in a realistic way. So the relationship between this guy and Harry was realistic. So I like this character. He was fine. His death was sad also. He was just a good guy who died in the end horribly. I mean, this guy's I'm sorry, here. This guy's an easy S tier. He's basically Hitler. I mean, a dumbass Hitler, but still somehow this character became iconic. because there was a huge build up. He didn't live up to expectations, I must say that. He was a dumbass who created Horcruxes, but he never had a really secret item. He always used valuable items. His fucking snake, his last Horcruxes, was in the middle of the battlefield for no reason. He should have saved that snake in a really secret location with one of the Death Eaters, that whose identity hadn't discovered yet, so that he can return again one more time. But no, it's his soul is in valuable and predictable artifacts. This guy's a stupid fuck. What else? That ministry guy. So in good guy's side you have Dumbledore, in bad guy's side you have Voldemort. This is the powerhouse of ministry, but he's such a blunt character, so C. But C tier is like alright, they had some character and personality tier basically. Let's see who else. Oh, there's these. Now, some people would obviously put them to fuck off tier because they torture their cute and lovable Harry Potter. Now, I don't rate characters that way. The characters have some purposes. Assholes are supposed to be assholes, and if they are good at their job, then I could like those characters, because this is not real. This is a fictional show. I mean, look at their fat heads, look at that mustache, look at that goofy look on both these characters. I mean, Dursleys are so fun, Will I put them? Yeah, they deserve A tier. But you know what? These two goes to B tier. But this one, I mean, I believe her name was Petunia. This one deserves some mention. I liked that backstory of her, in which she sent a letter to Dumbledore when she was a child because she was jealous of Lily's abilities. I always find that so cute. She was a little girl, her sister had all these magical abilities. She will go to a special school, she as a child, her writing to Dumbledore is such a cute moment for me. And at one point, if I remember correctly, Vernon didn't want Harry, but she stood up for Harry, and she said no, he will stay with us. So, despite being an asshole, she had some cool moments. That's why she's at A tier. And these two is just so funny, they are torturing Harry, but I don't like Harry that much, so who cares, I like the scene in which, this, I believe it was in Order of the Phoenix, Harry is living in that small room under the stairs, and she's just jumping on the stairs to distract Harry. It was so fun. I mean, they are total assholes, but in a fun way for me. I like how Harry gets his letter from Hogwarts, and Vernon tried to stop Harry from receiving them. The letters begin raining inside the house from every cavity, and Vernon is screaming while choking under those letters. Those scenes were so fun. I like Vernon. Unlike this asshole over here, will deserve fuck off tier. I mean, what can I say? Fuck this guy. Everyone hates this character. Even most of the Potterheads hate this character. I mean, he represents magic being all about, swinging your wand as fast as possible. I don't like that already, and this character represents that aspect of magic. I hate that. This guy didn't do anything significant other than fucking Lily and causing the birth of Harry Potter. What else he did? I mean, he was in the good guys ranks, and that's all there is. and he didn't have a redemption arc. He was torturing Snape because he exists. That's his reasoning. Fuck that. And he always attacks Snape in groups. This mentioned in the books, even in Snape's worst memory section, he and Sirius attacked Snape together, and at the very beginning he attacked Snape from behind. It was a cheap shot. So there is no reason to like this character, seriously. And again, we didn't see any redemption arc. He saved Snape's life at once, because if Lupin harmed Snape there, all of them would be in a serious trouble. He just saved his ass. I believe to Snape in that one. Snape was investigating what Lupin is up to, but Lupin was going to become a werewolf and he would kill Snape probably because he goes berserk. So James basically warned him, but again, he just saved his ass. And his redemption, and his other redemption arc is Sirius telling Harry that your father has changed, Harry. He is a good guy in the later years. He's not an asshole before he died. This is James Potter's redemption arc. Sirius just saying what I said to Harry. That's it. This guy didn't do anything important that changed the course of Battlefield or whatever. He was just there. Fuck him. Moving on, and this bitch goes to fuck off tier as well. I mean, you have a childhood friend, I'm talking about Snape. Her sister and her friends was calling her a freak. Snape was supportive of her. And think about it, you two went to same school together. And this asshole appears and tortures him. How could you date this asshole? I mean, this is your typical bitch who likes the bad boys. Fuck you. She deserved that. I'm so glad she died. I mean, what else is there? Rowling tried to present this character as like mother of this series. Snape saying that he got his eyes from her or whatever. She's not a mother figure. She's a bitch who likes bad boys, basically. Fuck you. I'm glad Snape told her that she's a mudblood or whatever. She deserved that. Fuck you. I mean, these two doesn't annoy me as bad as these two assholes. I mean, at least they are dead. And they probably suffered in the hands of Voldemort, so good. Let's see what else. Now, this guy, S or A? He's better than everyone in A. First of all, the guy is so stylish. He has that aristocratic look on them. On top of that, his wand is so good. And I know he's not as strong. I mean, he's a strong wizard, but we never see him actually defeating a good guy or whatever. But he's always in the charge. Now, when they were capturing the kids and fighting the Aurors, I believe they called all these good guys in Order of the Phoenix Aurors, he was the leading guy. And I remember, like, Harry mentioned Voldemort's name. Bellatrix got all angry, like, how dare you mention her name, his name. She was about to scream, but Lucius was in front of her and he stopped her. He was in charge, you can feel that. And in the beginning of Goblet of Fire, there was a Quidditch match was going on. People were camping. Some Death Eaters ambushed the camps. They set everything on fire. He was leading that group. And I mean, he's clever. He never helped Voldemort. He never helped Voldemort's revival. He knows that Voldemort is an asshole. Why would he want to revive him? You know? He knows that as soon as they revive this asshole, he will cause so much death. He will punish his subordinates as harsh as possible, and we see how he sentenced his boy to death because of his failure. I mean, he was right at not helping the revival of Voldemort. This guy is a stupid asshole. You know? I mean, why did Snape betray him? Because he killed Lily. How about keeping her alive? You know? How about giving your servants something so that they can keep serving you instead of betraying you, asshole? You know, this guy goes to A tier actually. Fuck you. This guy's a dumbass. An actor did. This guy is like Thranduil of Harry Potter. The actor nailed his role perfectly. And he was still an asshole, but in an elegant way. I like this character. Arthur Weasley is, you know, it's a bland character, but most of the Weasleys annoy me, but he doesn't, so C tier at least. Fuck this guy. Now, Ron's bitch mother is like top of the fuck off tier. I mean, you can tell that the annoying features of these characters came from their mother. You can tell that. Arthur Weasley is like a little bit more humble guy, and this bit, of course, humble and respectable men like that always find, you know, annoying bitches like this. So yeah, I mean, she's a mother figure to Harry, so I don't hate her that much, but her defeating Bellatrix is so unlikable for me. Just because of that, she's at fuck off tier, because she represents that power of love bullshit. That's not how the real life works. I mean, she's not trained or anything. She doesn't have any area of expert. She's not an expert at dueling or whatever. She just defeated Bellatrix because she was trying to save their kids. Fuck that. I mean, I hate her because of what she represents. I mean, her voice is also annoying as well. So fuck this character basically. I mean, even in this picture she's so annoying. She has that pose, like fuck that. Moving on. I mean, she's like top of the fuck off tier. She's the gatekeeper of fuck off tier basically. Harry could be like the most bland main character. He's A tier. Let's put him next to his arch rival. I mean, let's put him next to his sharp-tongued, whining, crying, bitch-ass rival. They fit each other so perfectly. This guy's again so bland, and I mean, Hermione built it up perfectly. She's clever, she studies, etc. What did Harry do? What is he good at? I don't know. He clearly doesn't study. He's good at Quidditch, but being good at Quidditch means nothing. He's a good sportsman, alright, who cares? You know? He's so mediocre, basically. And I will talk about this guy last. Let's put him here. This bitch is annoying as well. I mean, first of all, I discovered that actress of this character is Osha from Game of Thrones, so this is already enough for me to hate this character. because those Osha and Bran sections in Game of Thrones was garbage, boring. I skipped those parts after a point. In the books, it was even more insufferable. And on top of that, in this franchise, all she does is saying, "Don't call me Nymphadora," like a bitch, in the most annoying way possible. I don't like this character, fuck you. And this guy is also E tier. This is like the Quidditch captain of Gryffindor, I believe. You know, there was a bad situation that prevents Quidditch matches, but this guy was insisting that the Quidditch match should go on, no matter what. Fuck this guy. What else? Who else left? Wow, I don't know who she is, but she's like the hottest female in this franchise, probably. I mean, who is sexier than her? Let's look. I mean, this girl definitely doesn't. She's sexy tier was here, right? She's hotter than that blonde girl. She's hotter than Ginny as well, in my opinion. I mean, colorful eyes, that serious look, and that haircut. Wow, she's hotter. Yeah, she's hot here. I don't even know who she is, but at least she's good to look at. At least. Alright? Just because of that B tier. Maybe I should move she's hot. Maybe I should make C tier she's hot tier. I don't know. Yeah, let's do that. C tier. I mean, yeah, Ginny is C tier as well. Luna is also C tier. I mean, let's compare these characters to everyone in B tier. Trelawney gave a real prophecy and the actual prophecy about Harry Potter. This guy is a badass. I like him personally. This guy got so much shit done. This guy was in the very first movie as the main villain. This guy is a powerhouse and had a good character arc. I mean not a character arc. In the past, he basically refused his son because he was a Death Eater. So his sense of justice was heavier than his love for his son. So this is so respectable. This moves here as well. Cedric played a huge part in Goblet of Fire. He was a likable character, and Dursleys are a staple in every Harry Potter movie. So yeah, this is more justice. But out of all of them, she's the hottest by far. By the way, I am not ranking these rows in between them. I will order the top rows inside, but before I will finish this tier list completely. And who else? Peter Pettigrew. Some people will be surprised by this, but I don't give a shit about you being surprised. This guy's either A or B. Yeah, B tier. You know why? Just like this character, he get the shit done. He's the one who revived Voldemort. He successfully escaped in Prisoner of Azkaban. And I liked how the other Marauders transformed into all these werewolves. The other one was a simple wolf or a dog. This one picked Rat, which fits his personality so well, and I think it's a better pick. I mean, being a small animal is a better, because this way you can hide, you can enter secret places. This guy was Ron's rat for how many years now? I mean, he probably collected so much data. He listened to them all the time, and he was hiding, of course. He waited the right time. I mean, this guy was successful. He is one of the more powerful villains in the franchise. I mean, he killed Cedric also. I mean, he acts like a coward one, but when he confronted like Sirius and Lupin, it was 2-on-1 technically. You know, he's not that weak in my opinion. Rita Skeeter deserves fuck off tier. You know why? Because there are people like Rita Skeeter in real life. I'm talking about all these journalists, etc. And I hate misleading titles so much. They are wasting people's time. It is so shameless. I don't know how they do misleading titles and get away with that. If I will become famous one day and I see misleading titles about what I said in interviews, I will immediately sue them. I will never ignore that shit. I hate that so much. Fuck Rita Skeeter, I believe. Ron is S tier easily. I mean, iconic character. He was a goofball, and in every team you need a goofball to lighten things up in certain moments. He was a good friend for Harry. He's probably the only likable Weasley. I'm glad that he's the main character instead of these two cocksucking assholes. These guys are like Justin Bieber of this franchise, or One Direction of this franchise. Fuck these two. Snape is S+ easily. Not because of that always shit, by the way. Because this guy is basically a simp, and I hate that. You like this woman, but she dates with your enemy, childhood bully, who bullies you because you exist. So how about finding someone like Bellatrix to yourself, a hot bitch that you can tame and fuck like crazy? Why are you keep insisting on this bitch? She's a slut who likes bad boys. Forget about her, you know. Have some respect for yourself. I actually hate that always shit. Feminist BuzzFeed riding woman like Snape because of that always shit. I like Snape for different reasons. First of all, if they picked a actor who looks more loyal to the book description, this guy would be in like A tier. What makes him S+ is Alan Rickman's performance, and also him being such a disciplined wizard. I like his discipline. I'm not talking about him being a disciplined teacher or whatever. He has a disciplined mind. He can resist Voldemort's mind reading. Why? Because he has a disciplined mind. He is good at potion making. Why? Because he studies, he's disciplined again. Potion making requires some discipline and patience. You have to keep many things inside your mind. Again, in duels, this guy is so cold-blooded. He's patient. I mean, when he has that duel with McGonagall, you can see from the actress's face expressions, she's a little bit nervous, but Snape is all calm. He basically blocks all his incoming spells. He reflects two of them to his henchmen. You know, those henchmen are torturing the students, but since Snape is actually a traitor to the bad guys, he basically knocks those two off. And then he runs away because he's not supposed to harm McGonagall. I like that touch so much. In his duel with Harry in the end of Half-Blood Prince, he basically blocks the spells easily. It's a child's game for him. And Bellatrix wants to kill Harry there, and he basically says he belongs to the Dark Lord. He's in charge basically there. I think he's like the strongest. He's the strongest Death Eater. I mean, when he's around, nobody moves, nobody does anything. He's in charge immediately. And I think he's like the only servant that Voldemort respects. You know, when he's going to kill Snape, he's not laughing like an asshole. He says like he was a good ally, but he had to do this. Like, all of these are some positives for Snape character. The guy is such a badass, basically. The only thing that I don't like about him is that always shit. Like, why would you write a backstory to this character in which he gets bullied by an asshole who looks like a nerd? James Potter, especially the little kid who played James Potter's childhood, looks like a nerd who would get bullied by fat kids like this crab guy right here. You know, it's so unrealistic for me. Snape is amazing. He creates his own spells, by the way, and of course he never lost to James Potter one-on-one. That's never written. They always attacked him in groups, and Sirius mentioned that Snape also cursed James many times, so it was more like a rivalry. We just didn't see it on screen in movies. So this guy is my favorite character in all Harry Potter franchise. Lockhart is hilarious. I like him. He's just there for goofy reasons. Snape is my favorite. God bless Alan Rickman's soul. I felt a little bit sad when Alan Rickman died, and I believe this is it. There is no one left. So it's pretty much over here. Oh, we have to talk about this piece of shit. This is by far the worst character in the series. Just like these two assholes, 14-year-old kids, or let's not say 40, from 13 to like 19 to 20s, the girls in puberty, the girls who listen to Justin Bieber or One Direction, the girls who watch Nick Jr., the girls who watch Disney Channel, you know, all these Hannah Montana or whatever, girls who listen to that or watch the things that I mentioned likes this character. They probably see Neville getting bullied, they see Neville getting tortured, or they see Neville get, you know, cry, and they feel sorry for him for some reason. Fuck this asshole. I hate crying men like this, or pussy ass bitches like this. A man should stand up for themselves. And now I know some will say that alright, he did that in the last movie, and yes, in the last movie we didn't see the character progressing. Alright, just like James Potter, this guy didn't have a redemption arc for him being a coward piece of shit. This guy, it happened suddenly. It is not convincing. Alright, if I see Neville collecting his courage in each movie slowly, then this could be one of my favorite characters. But he was a, you know, weak piece of shit. Don't give it to Harry. You know, he was like that. There was one scene in which bad guys, I believe, captured him. He was like scared, and bad guys was like laughing at him. I remember there was something like that. I don't remember if it was in books or movies. The memories are a little bit vague here. He was like that until the last movie, and he became a hero all of a sudden in the most inconvincing way. And he fucked up Malfoy's character arc, and this is basically Rowling hanging in Twitter too much, and he see these One Direction listening female fans, you know, bitching about how how they hate Rowling because she tortures Neville, blah blah blah, or how they like Neville's dick, blah blah blah. You know, Rowling probably had too much of this shit, and they decided to do this personality change in the last movie. Even if she denied that, I don't believe that. You know, he just pleased these fangirls basically, or Potterheads, who tries to get some pie from these One Direction listening kids. You know, those pussy hunters. Fuck Neville. I hate these three especially more than rest of the fuck off tier characters. Fuck these three. Love Alan Rickman, God bless his soul. Also, I believe some of these old actors also died. God bless their souls. I mean, I hate this franchise still, but some actors was amazing, especially in this. Even Lockhart, the actor nailed the role perfectly. I mean, look at all these faces. All of them oozes charisma, until A tier at least. The B tier characters are also fine. At C the blandness begins, even in the hot chicks. Like, these characters are there just because they're hot. And at the end, the E tiers, just by looking at the faces, you are like, yeah, these characters suck. You know. In fuck off tier, I mean, just by looking at them, some of them doesn't look that irritating. You know, just James Potter or Lily, they look like solid characters, but as I watch the series, I know they are piece of shits. And Weasley twins and Weasley mother is annoying as well. They're annoying as fuck. Rita Skeeter, just by looking at her, you see, yeah, this should be an annoying bitch that you would want to choke in her sleep. And Cho is fuck Cho. I mean, this franchise sucks. As a child, I loved it so much because it was a detailed franchise, but as I grow up, I hate this franchise. Fuck this franchise. Peace out.